So every once in a while you will meet a person. Well, maybe not every once in a while. Sometimes it happens once in a lifetime. Sometimes a few times in a lifetime. But you will meet a person who sweeps you off of your feet and who you feel swept off your feet in a way that everything else feels far away from you. Well, you're in the presence of this person, and I'm second. God damn it! I'm gonna light it off with the umber anyways. It's on the ground, but you take this person to the places that you love. You show them your version of the world, and you sort of relinquish your inhibitions in the way that you trust that these places won't be tainted by happy memories in the event of them leaving. Maybe you don't think that far ahead, but sometimes you come to a point where they are no longer around and you feel as if you've been. Let me backtrack a little bit. Like, you tried to build a life with this person, and they are the star, the brightest star in your night sky, the guiding star, if you will, like Polaris, sort of a compass by which you can navigate through the darkness. And eventually, one day, they're not around anymore, and it sort of puts a damper, or maybe in this case a dimmer, on the want or desire to ever go back to these special places that you've shown them. Because when you get there, they feel so empty. Even if you used to go to this place all by yourself. Like, I guess for me, in a very personal instance, it's this little place called Delaware Beach, or Delaware Park, but it's for Michiganders. Hold on, I'm trying to see, how does the camera operate? No, that's how Michigan looks on a map. But it'd be like right. Hold on. Wink. Right. Hold on. Right there on the thumb as you're going up, almost to the tip, almost to Port Austin. But you go through Sanilac County and you drive past this yawning abyss of water that feels very Lovecraftian, especially on like gray and rainy days when the sky looks steely and the rain smells like iron. And I used to go up this coast by myself all the time, and it was my place of solace, sort of like sanctuary. It was like an escape from the world that I only needed to drive a couple hours away to find. And a very special person. A person who I've grown very close to. Very close to. Like when we first entered our relationship, it was on that beach. You know, we hung out for a few days before, and the day we actually began dating, officially became a couple, it was on that beach. And for our 1 year anniversary, we went back to that beach. And that is one of my favorite places in the world, one of my very favorite places in the whole world. It's a place where I feel like nothing else matters when I'm there. Like, all the troubles of life just go away. And now I'm scared. Now I know that when I go back to that place, it's just going to be full of these memories. And I'm going to see footprints in the sand that aren't there anymore. I'm going to see hand holding and, you know, a very special person jumping up into my arms while we kiss. And sometimes you remember the way a person's heart, like, literally throbs through their rib cage when they're proposing to you the idea of a relationship. And that's what I remember when I go there now. I don't remember me as a feral single man going there by myself to look for bones and stones in the rising and receding tide. I think of this person to whom I've grown very accustomed and comfortable with. A person who's no longer there. I feel like there's a certain danger in showing another person who means very much to you the places that speak to your soul, because sometimes you try to build a house for you and someone else, and even as the house is collapsing down to its foundation, you pick up the hammer and the nails and you try to rearrange the boards in another way that you think will work. And you're frantically trying to hammer it all back together, even as other pieces are falling down and everything's collapsing around you. But you just have this blind faith that if you just try harder, it'll work. And that always ends with a person being crestfallen and thinking that if only I'd tried a bit harder, everything would be okay. This person would be okay, and they would still be in my life. Even if that isn't the case. And it's just so fucking unfair. Things like money and corporate greed, they get in the way of true love and genuine companionship, and it isn't fair. This society, which we all hold up and to which we are so accustomed, it fails us all. And, you know, I'm obviously in the depths of despair right now, and this isn't my normal outlook on life, but this is where I'm at. I just hope that I can find the courage to cultivate a new garden in these places that are so special to me one day.